last we left off, our group had just put down the White Death. Belthus from the inside of the creature put down the White Death and was basically spewed out of its guts as Belthus falls to the floor. Belthus and Calcica decided that they were going to kind of stay behind, and Belthus has started carving this creature in hopes to maybe use his ability to be able to manipulate the flesh of this creature, turn it into something that the party might be able to use in the future. So while they're doing that, the rest of you decided, along with Albert, that you guys were going to follow Bothild's ghost to the place where the reward could be found for putting down this terrible creature. Which you guys did rather easily, I must say. It was a one-sided affair, other than the part where Belthus got eaten. But I think he did more damage that way. It's like it made Belthus more ruthless, like more brutal, being on the inside of the worm.
It's his new thing. I'm starting to think that every battle is going to end up with Belthus erupting out of something.
Yeah, that's his battle strategy.
You know, fit in that goblin.
The goblin just explodes and Belthus is standing there. Is that like the end of the first Matrix movie? Isn't that what happens?
Oh yeah.
Neo dives into the.
Yeah. I feel like it was all Geyer and Belthus. Like Geyer hit him with some good fire blasts, I think. Like 2, right?
I think he crit with one of those fireballs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't even try. I didn't even get a chance.
Well, I gotta tell you, awesome. it was to Numeral's arrow that actually triggered the possibility that the creature might have hit itself with its own tail. But unfortunately, I didn't roll the. It specifically said that it had to it was like piercing damage or something like that really kind of affected it. So the arrow, even though you did a little bit of damage, was actually enough to force a roll.
That would have been cool.
Ooh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Unfortunately, the monster kept its wits about itself and then immediately swallowed Belthus.
It all kind of worked out.
It all kind of worked out in your favor, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Every time this happens to Belthus, I get a flash of the same scene from Bruce Almighty.
Oh yeah.
He looks down at the monkey. And time to go home to the anal dwelling butt monkey. And I'm just picturing that this is going to be Belthus from now on. We're just going to look at him. Go home, Belthus, and he's going to go dive into whatever monster we're doing.
Didn't it happen in Hercules too? Didn't he climb out of the Hydra or something?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Men in Black. He gets swallowed by the cockroach to get his gun back.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah.
Belthus is just becoming the cliche hero.
He's a cliche hero.
I mean, if you couldn't tell from the armor and the "I'll protect you" dives in front of all of his friends. I mean.
Well, Bothild's ghost is leading you guys through these halls. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of grab all of your tokens and kind of guide you guys to the location that the ghost is leading you to. So you guys are kind of coming down here, and then I'm going to pull you all the way to this chamber, and I'll shift ping you guys so you guys can see down to here.
Okay.
I'm assuming we can... Okay, I got them.
Oops, I accidentally grabbed some torches with you guys. So these torches are coming along. Right off the walls. So you guys do come to this chamber, and the water is about, I would say, like 1.5 to 2 feet deep in this chamber. And currently, I believe that Geyer, you're still using your light ring, correct?
Yep.
To kind of cast the light everywhere. As you guys get into this chamber, you can see that it's also even though that your light is on, you can tell there's this strange aura about this place. If you guys remember when you walked in initially to Bothild's Lode, it looks like a kind of like a star field on the ceiling. There were like these little speckles of the looked like stars. It kind of has that same kind of appearance here in this chamber, even though that the light's kind of making it a little bit hard to see. You can still tell that that's there. You can also see that a stylized portrait of a female dwarf with a raised axe and a silver apple in her hands adorns a door of stone. The arch is inscribed with glittering runes. There are 3 severed hands that are lying on the floor in front of the door.
Like, not inorganic material, actual hands.
Hands, yes.
Do these look to be goblin hands?
As you get a closer look, they all 3 hands seem to be in different stages of decay. The oldest, looks almost practically mummified by its look, and it looks to be possibly belong to a dwarf. One of them seems like maybe a human-sized hand, and one of them appears to be, the most recent appears to be a goblin-sized hand.
How far from us are these hands on the ground?
A couple feet. They're laying right in front of the door.
And I pick up the freshest one.
Sure. You pick up the goblin hand.
All right. Ready for this? Breaking the third wall. Using 3 willpower. Hunting instincts. I like to track the rest of the goblin.
Track the rest of the goblin?
Is he around? God, I gotta make things difficult for you, Michael.
The actual scent of this particular goblin leads you in the direction that you came, like out of the town.
I would like to. So there actually isn't a range on this thing, so damn. Do I get an idea that he's within a reasonable range? Like I can go talk to him and find out what happened to his hand before we lose a hand as well?
And follow the scent and the trail, yeah. I mean, it seems like you're not really sure like how far. Like you could just keep walking and walking. I mean, you're not going to lose the scent. So,
what do the rest of you think?
There, boy. Where'd you go, boy? Where'd you get?
I don't know. Can anyone
Because at this point, all Guyer's seed is him picking up, and he's like,
yeah.
sniff a goblin hand. Yeah.
Suddenly, Connery just looks back and, why the heck is my tail wagging? Why am I excited about this? I'm a good boy.
Yeah.
What would we see Connery doing? Like, how does that look to the rest of us?
So to me, I would actually be picking it up and in clearly inspecting manner, just wafting, kind of like a connoisseur with a wine, you know, just
sloshing it back and forth a little.
Just define the air.
Connery, while you're holding that up, and honestly, you guys can, as you're all like watching Connery do this and just wondering what is going on, you can see that at the wrist where this thing was like detached, very clean cut. Like even the bone, like it's nice and straight, very clean.
Geyer is going to turn to Bothild and just be like, is there something we should know before opening this door?
Kind of like looks at the door, looks at Connery, looks at all of you. That portrait looks beautiful. She just stares, and you can see that like It definitely resembles Bothild on the door.
Definitely wonderful. Would anyone recognize the runes?
You can make a languages roll.
Okay.
While she's looking at that, can I look and see if I see like a gap anywhere that I think like a guillotine blade or a blade would come out?
Make a spot hidden roll.
I win. Sorry.
Oh, look at that.
Wait, no, I don't.
No, you don't.
It's a
I'm
10.
gonna push this roll because I'm a little scared right now.
Okay.
I don't want to lose a hand.
Oh.
About to become a Skywalker.
Goodbye.
Okay, good night. We love you.
Gosh.
I might push the roll to.
For languages?
Yeah, I want to know what this rune.
Okay. Oh, much better. Look at that.
Okay.
So what did you decide to take to push your roll?
So, I'm staring at this, really furrowing my brow. I'm trying so hard to recognize it. We just fought a snake. Life's been pretty hard. It's a long day. I'm swimming. I'm exhausted.
Okay. Gotcha. So what you can tell is the runes is actually writing in Dwarvish. And you can read that it says honor, wealth, and mother. And it's kind of like, it's in the archway in front of the door. So like honor's the first word, wealth is like right above, and then mother is over kind of on the right as you read it going across. And Geyer is just looking all over the place, and he looks terrified. But he can't find a thing.
Seems okay to me. And guys are going to go to open the door because.
Okay. How are you
gonna grab him and stop him? Pull
Okay.
him back a little?
Connery, with the goblin hand in one hand, reaches out and grabs Geyer and pulls him back.
Something's not right here, Duck.
So
let's ask the elf what she's reading here.
So, let's see. There are 3 words: honor, wealth, mother. I don't know if that corresponds to the 3 hands here, perhaps. Bothild, are you
Yes,
aware
yes.
of this?
Honor, wealth, mother. Don't I look good? Look at this. And she
You
kind of
look
like
beautiful.
points to her visage right there on the door. Man, those dwarven craftsmen, they were very, very skilled. She just sits there and stares at it.
One might
Thank
say
you.
crafty.
Can I also take a look around and try to do a spot-hidden search as well?
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay, I succeed.
Oh, wow. A 2. Yes. So, what you can tell, you actually tell 2 things with your roll.
Okay.
As Geyer is looming over your shoulder, seeing what you were looking at now. Number 1 is you do see that there are very, very skinny slits along the very edge of the ceiling above the door. You're not sure what they're for, but you can assume that something might either go in or out of them. You also can tell that there are pressure plates that, as you look to the axe and the silver apple in the hand, and actually Bothild's bust, like her face and kind of chest area, those can be pressed in like buttons. Okay. So you need to press in either the axe, the silver apple, and Bothild herself in the correct order, you believe, in order to open this door. And while doing so, you have a feeling that the you okay, Connor?
Trying to maintain my maturity here. You're saying we're pushing in on what?
Bust.
Oh, and I'm done.
Cast Connor in. You have a feeling, though, too, as well, that the reason that the words are on there is you have to speak in Dwarvish as you're pushing these buttons in.
Holy crap.
Do I know Dwarvish? I guess I do if I read these runes.
You read the runes. You succeeded on your language roll, so yeah.
I live in the mountains. I've come across some dwarven caves, let's say. Okay. So I would point out what I have observed to my compatriots here. I'm curious about the slits in the ceiling. Fighting the impulse to like start poking them. I like really want to take my dagger and just like start stabbing through.
Are you gonna try to like put your dagger through the slits in the ceiling?
I want to. I'm feeling very like an impulsive urge.
You'd probably have to give somebody like the ceiling is a little high. You'd probably have to get somebody to give you a boost, like to get up there if you wanted to do it. But it would be possible.
I'm gonna do something crazy. I can't contain my desire to stab those things. Okay, Control F. Levitate. How tall can I get?
If all it needs is a boost, you can make it.
You can definitely use levitate if you wanted to levitate.
I could go 6 meters up.
Oh yeah. If you wanted
it's 18 feet. You could
easily.
So I'm staring up at these slits. They're very strange to me. So I'm going to make a gesture of putting my arms out, say the words, and I'm gonna try to levitate up for a moment, and I succeed.
So to numeral standing in like the foot and a half of water, all just sudden just starts to float right out of the water. And you get up near the ceiling. Is that what you're trying to use your blade to kind of poke up through the...
So I'm gonna kind of like peer up. Do I see anything as I'm like holding the blade, like getting closer?
Without any way to like shine light into it, like specifically, like, you know how you have to like take a flashlight to like look into like a small area?
Point up here! Gaia, point up here!
Shines his light. No, I mean, there is something in there. It's hard to see. I mean, it's a really small slit. Like, it's hard to tell.
Okay. I'm gonna give it like a very like ginger little like poke.
Okay.
Blood starts gushing out.
Just starts pouring out. You do make contact with something almost immediately. And it's definitely kind of makes like a ting sound, like something metallic. And it feels like it gives a little, almost like it's spring-loaded.
Interesting.
But nothing happens. Like, you kind of poke it up there a couple times, you can hear the ting.
Okay, so I float back down. Seems like there's a trap up there. Okay.
What did we learn, Duck? What did we learn?
Well, we learned we have to press, according to numeral, we have to press buttons in the proper order of honor, wealth, and mother.
Don't have any children. Did you have any children?
You guys can Bothild this?
Yes.
Sheila kind of looks at you and says, No, I didn't have time for that.
Was your mother important to you?
At one time, from what I can remember.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You were like the mother of your
Clan?
Did they look up to you as a mother?
Sure, yeah, I would say so, yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking Bothild's maybe the mother, the axe. Did your axe have a name?
Did my axe have a name?
Yeah, did you ever name your weapon? Some people do that.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Did it belong to anybody
It belonged to me.
before you?
No, it was crafted for me.
Ah, okay.
So
Was
the
there any
axe
part
is
of
the
you in it?
honor, the apple is the wealth, and the other thing is the mother.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was just making sure it wasn't
But
a
we
trick.
have to do it in a specific order.
While speaking the phrase in ancient Germanic.
Wait, Germanic? What's the German?
I don't
So,
know. That's what I thought Numeral said.
Ah, Dwarven. I was speaking Dwarven, my friend.
So we've identified which word goes to which part, but we just don't
think so.
know
In other words,
which ones to push first.
It's an honor. It says honor. It's an honor. It's an order. It says honor, wealth, mama.
so
Would it be this easy?
How about this?
Let's put
Gyre's going to
Beltis.
try to push the bear towards
Not
the axe.
Albert!
no.
Question.
I think whatever trap is up there, I think is gonna come down on us if we press it wrong. That's my theory.
Right, so why
You
not use the
said-
bear so none of us lose our
It's what it
hands?
is. Oh my god! I bet it's like
Guillotine.
it's a thing that cuts off your hand as you're reaching. That's what
Guillotine.
all the hands are. Sorry.
Gyre's going to go into his bag, pull out the masterwork glittering Violmaline heavy warhammer,
There you go.
and look at Tenumeral and say, I'm going to push this forward and press the axe. You say the word for honor.
Okay.
And I'm just going to basically take the head of the hammer and just go bonk into the axe.
Okay. And
You could
also use my-
Tenumeral's gonna.
I can use my newly found Warforged arm.
That's a hand. You might have to get pretty close.
So as you're pressing the axe button and you state the word in Dwarvish
Mm-hmm.
for honor,
Mm-hmm.
the button presses in and locks in to place, and the runes glow with glittering blue and stay lit.
Woo!
All right.
Onto the apple. Just going to do the same thing again.
Same
Press
thing
it
with
with
the
the hammer. Keep my hands back.
I'm
Likewise,
gonna say the word.
as you say the word, the apple locks into position, and the runes for wealth illuminate above the archway and stay illuminated in that sparkling blue light.
And you said the Bothild button is basically her entire relief? or is
Basically,
it-
her whole relief has like a little, like you can see to where it's like a button, like the edge of it, you can see that it pushes in.
Gonna take the hammer right into the face.
Bothild's kind of taken aback by that a little bit as this happens. She floats a little bit backwards from it. And as Tenumeral recites the phrase for mother, the button locks into place. Blue lights, the blue glow emerges from the actual text that is on the archway. And then you hear as a little bit of dust just seems to be unleashed from like the outside edges of this archway door, and you can see that it just starts to slightly open as you release the lock from the door. I will unlock the door.
All right.
20.
It works.
Gary's gonna rush right in.
That guy rushes right in.
There's treasure in there.
And as our guys rushing right in, let's take a quick stop back up to Belthus and Calcica. Belthus has been working hard on kind of carving this creature. Rules, as your heroic ability states, Belthus, is it does take an entire shift to do this. So that's 6 hours of work that you're going to have to do here to get this. But you will get custom White Death leather armor when you're done. That will be armor level 2. You will have to spend 2 willpower points to do this.
Okay.
According to your ability, it's whatever the amount of armor it is how much willpower it costs.
Does Kausica assisting him speed it up at all? Like just helping like
Probably
hold
not, because it's based off of his ability.
Okay.
So it's more of like his ability to be able to do this, not so much you helping him. This is something kind of he has to, because it's basically like
Very
his
specific.
forte. Like he could tell you like what to do, but it's not really going to
make it go faster.
make it go any faster.
Okay.
Some
Kausica just holds things as needed, and as teeth fall out, she pockets teeth into her bag.
Oh yeah, you could be carving out some of the other things that people
Yeah,
requested
getting
from the creature too.
Teeth, bone, whatever we can grab. Kausica's grabbing the extra fun stuff for weapon making and bragging rights.
Now, this is an opportunity if you guys want to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if there's a role play scene between Kausica and Belthus that could happen right now, you guys are more than welcome to do so.
Kausica probably just lets Belthus work for a little while, and when he seems to be like in a good rhythm and like maybe less angry about being swallowed again, she'll just quietly say to him, "Hey Belthus, I know I talk a lot, but I know not everybody talks a lot. So if you ever don't want to talk about things, I know we've all been kind of like, hey Belthus, what's your deal lately? And I know that can be annoying, but I also really want to know. But also, I get that maybe you don't want to talk. So if that ever happens, just tap me twice and I'll start blathering about something else. Because you shouldn't be forced to tell things you don't want to tell until you're ready to tell them. Or until we get you drunk and make you tell us, because I'm really curious and I'm sorry, but, you know, I kind of want to know, but it's your story."
I may have to take you up on that. That's a brilliant idea, actually.
I mean, you know, everyone's kind of used to me interrupting, and it's kind of used to me just talking. Maybe it's because you guys let me talk. But yeah, I get it. Family's weird. And I don't have one, except for you guys, which is why I talk with you guys a lot. But I get that you might not want to talk about yours. So, tap tap, activate Kausica.
Thank you. I
And
will say though,
She's holding a bunch of like bloody, like teeth at this point.
it's quite the haul you got there. I will say though, I enjoy the stories. I find them very comforting.
I'll have to think of ones I haven't told you guys yet. I know there's a couple, but they were from when I was really little, and they weren't from Miss Anne, and I don't really remember those as well. But I'll try to remember them. I need new content.
Perhaps some of the aforementioned ale could bring out more of it.
I don't think ale will make me remember my childhood. Maybe I need to get hit in the head and take a long nap.
Yeah, I took a few head injuries in my days as a squire. You know, turned out fine.
Yeah, you know, you're able to walk straight, and your nose is only somewhat proof of brokenness a couple times. So, it'd be okay.
Yeah.
I
Thank
get
you.
it.
I appreciate it.
Just
That means a lot to me.
promise me one thing. If it's ever important that you tell us something, like, you know, life or death, survival, things like that, you'll tell us if we need to know something really important.
Oh, of course. I suspect, you know, we are quite far from any of my troubles geographically, so I don't anticipate that it'll be any problem at all.
Okay. But just in case, because, you know, the world's a little weird with a blood sky and, you know, blood rain and a lot of blood, and I think that just means that things are coming when we don't expect them. So that's what the stories tell us.
I think at the rate that we're recovering these ancient artifacts of the Dragon Empire, I think we may be bringing the fight if we keep this up. I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Yeah, I gotta remember to hide behind you when things go sideways.
Yep, right behind the shield.
It's a good spot. I fit there really easily too, so it's not like it won't even steam me. Maybe we should just get you a really big shield, and then I can just like cling to the with like little handholds for me, and then I just pop out and stab people.
It would catch them off guard, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
The rest
now
of the
that
time they just plot.
now that I'm crafting a bit more, I think let's dream up some designs here.
Shield with a halfling compartment in it.
or like those people who work on farms that have like the little wraps for their kids, like the babies on the back. Like I could just like backpack on you and.
Yeah, that would actually, because we could be a two-sided
fighter, two-sided fighter, back to back.
I think you're onto something.
I think we just spend the rest of the time thinking of really stupid ways to like get advantages and all.
Taking sinew from this thing and like testing out how well it like.
It's strong enough. But it's gonna smell in like 2 weeks. I don't know if we want to use this.
Yeah, perhaps it's.
Yeah. Anyway, throwing bloody pieces of things that we aren't going to use aside and helping Belthus get the hide.
As the camera kind of zooms into the blood just pouring out into the water of this place, we zoom back into Geyer, who is catching a whiff of the smell of inside this place that you've just unlocked the door to. It smells of like damp algae and moisture and just emptiness. Like it's kind of like a room that's been locked up for several hundred years, and then you finally open the door to inside. Like that's the kind of air that's in this place. There is, what you can see with the light of your ring, across the far side of the room, there is a sarcophagus standing upright in the room. And in the center of the room, you can see there's an altar of white stone inscribed with half-finished runes. The dwarf woman from the door is also seen on the lid of the sarcophagus. The floor is made up of tiles with stylized mouths, eyes, hands, and feet, and it's also littered with masonry tools.
Can I try to read the other runes?
What was that? You guys were both speaking at the same time. I wasn't sure who.
Can I try to read the other runes that are in here? You said they're different, right?
Yes. So you're gonna go to the altar in the center?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do me a favor, and I would like you to roll, make an acrobatics roll, just out of curiosity.
I succeed.
Okay.
Yes.
So you make it over to the sarcophagus and look at these runes that are there. Go ahead and roll spot hidden for me. Checking it out. Geyer, while she was doing that, was there something you wanted to do as well?
Yeah, I'm looking around everywhere in the room for that statue piece she told me was in here.
Okay, do you have anywhere, like, you don't, like, just looking around the room, you don't see it. Are you looking in a particular place, or?
So you mentioned there's an altar that it seems to be, is that where Numeral
That's where Numeral walked over to kind of inspect and investigate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's nothing on top of that other than like masonry tools?
Yeah, it looks like it was unfinished. And then people just stopped working on it, put the tools down, and that's it.
Then I'll go start poking around the sarcophagus.
Okay, make an acrobatics check for me first.
Okay. Hey.
Okay. Hey. Good.
Nice.
Success. While you're walking over there, you're taking a look at the sarcophagus.
I succeeded on my second spot.
You succeeded on your spot hidden. Okay. Well, what about Connery? Connery, what are you doing at this point? While you see that Geyer and Numeral going to investigate different spots in the room.
I'm looking at the masonry tools and kind of thinking if they would be of any use, since Belthus is like exploring his craftsman side.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the condition that those are in? Like, are they?
Other than the fact that they look like they've been here for years, they still look like they're usable. So yeah, you can add a set of masonry tools to your inventory if you'd like to.
I do happen to have one slot open, so I will do that.
And there's enough here that each of you that are in here could take like masonry tools and consider it like a set of masonry tools if you chose to do so. Geyer, it looks as if this sarcophagus could easily be opened. It might take a little bit of muscle, but somebody could basically push the lid down and just let it slam onto the ground and it would open.
Guy's gonna look over his shoulder. Did Bothild follow us in?
Bothild is still admiring her visage on the door. She's very pleased with the craftsmanship of the masons.
The one that
of
now
spot.
has a smudge on her face from his warhammer.
Exactly.
Bothild,
She's like touching her nose. Does it really look like that? No, doesn't.
Bothild, my dear, is a centerpiece inside your sarcophagus.
It could be.
That's enough for Geyer. He's going to push it open.
Okay, Geyer, go ahead and roll just base strength.
Geyer is going to push that because there is nothing of value in this tomb right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's feeling a little disheartened by that fact.
Okay. It rolls the exact same number. It does budge a little. It just doesn't you don't get it to where it reaches that point of no return where it just falls down and crashes onto the floor.
Connery, send that horse in here.
Albert comes rolling into the room. Connery, there is one thing. I need you to make an acrobatics check for me.
I don't like where this is going.
I know, I'm scared.
And if Albert is running into the room, I also need Albert to roll acrobatics.
Look at me pushing it. Look at me failing 2 times.
Oh
All
no!
right.
Oh no!
So let's say
Connery,
okay,
as you're picking up some masonry tools, you kind of step on this one tile on the floor, and you feel it kind of compress a little, and then you hear as something shoots out of the wall and comes flying directly towards you. You have 2 options. A dart is flying at you very, very quickly. You can try to dodge it with a bane, or if you have a shield, you can try to parry it.
I do not have a shield, so I'm going to have to try to dodge. But given the fact that it was an acrobatics roll and I pressed the switch, to be honest, the only bane that makes sense in that situation would be to be dazed by the sudden.
Well, it just says in the rules that you can dodge it with a bane, so that's where the bane is coming from. It's coming from. It's actually written in.
But I've already pushed the rule. I mean, pushed the roll, so I'm gonna have to take a.
Oh, so to be a double bane? Is that what you're saying? You'll have 2 bane. Okay, sure.
Because it doesn't make sense to be angry or disheartened or anything from activating a switch. So since
it just caught you off guard.
Yeah. Since it's an agility-based bane, it's going to be 2 banes on the roll.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
You want what?
Evade.
Evade. All right.
With 2 banes.
Yeah. 1 second here. Where's evade? There we go.
And you still succeed. Look at that.
Wait, why did it do 4d20 instead of 3?
It gave you 3 banes, and you still succeeded.
Wow.
Oh wait, did you mark 2 banes at the top?
Yeah.
If you mark dazed as a condition, it automatically does
3rd.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's where it comes from. Yeah, it automatically puts your conditions in. Yeah, but even with that 3rd bane, you still succeed. As this dart comes flying across the room, you quickly go whoop and dodge right out of the way. It goes flying past to numeral as well and sticks into the wall on the opposite side. And Connery, as you lift up and look to where that came from, you notice the walls in here. There are on like especially the north and south walls, it's decorated with about a half dozen portraits of Bothild, where her eyes and mouths look like there are like dart slots in them. In her eyes and mouths, and darts will fly out of different Bothilds in this room if you step on particular tiles on the floor.
Bothild, I've never been more disgusted by your face than this moment. In this moment exactly. Did you design this yourself? Like, are you?
She kind of shouts from the other room. Is like, she's like, I gave some guidelines, but I left it up to the craftsman's imaginations.
This seems a little like vain, like some vanity is going on here.
I mean, I didn't want anybody messing with my corpse. That's just strange.
Connery, we don't care about her vanity. Help me do whatever I'm supposed to be doing to her tomb.
All right, so looking over at the tomb that Geyer is messing with, I'd like to take the time to inspect it and see if the sarcophagus lid is just her big face.
It's definitely her. Like it kind of reminds you of just like an Egyptian kind of sarcophagus. You know how like there's like a full, basically carved rendition, kind of stylized. You know, they're always stylized to make them look a lot better and more important than they are in real life.
I look down at the stonemasonry tools that I picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Is she also on those?
No.
Is she? Thank God. Okay.
Those are very simple, plain.
I go to help Geyer move his problem.
Okay. And to numeral with your spot hidden roll.
Yes, I was gonna say, what do I see?
You would discover that as you're looking at this altar, you don't really think that anything about it is extremely special. What you notice is like it was unfinished. So whatever they were working on here, they didn't get done with it. But you do notice that it has this, like, when you touch it just slightly, it has a little shift to it. It's almost as if like the whole altar is like built on some kind of axle or something underneath. And if you feel like if you pushed it or shifted it enough, that it could trigger some type of trap mechanism.
Oh.
And you really feel like standing too close to this is a bad idea.
I'm gonna back away.
Okay. Make an additional acrobatics roll for me, please.
Okay.
Because as you're backing away, you're not paying attention to where you're stepping. Okay?
I succeed.
You don't step on any tiles that trigger any darts.
I'm gonna like go basically to like kind of like the doorway, but like more towards the like other room.
As you get to like the other room and you're backing into the doorway, Bothild's ghost just like appears over your shoulder and kind of looks at you like this and it's like, well, did you find it?
Not yet. They booby-trapped this whole place.
Oh, yeah.
How are we supposed to get this and not die?
I'm sure you can think of a clever way.
Mm-hmm.
You seem very smart.
Thank you. So, yeah, so this is gonna, like, explode or something if you guys move it. That was
Just gonna let you know,
find the sarcophagus.
I looked it up. Albert only has an 8 in evade, so that is a fail.
Albert got
Did he fail his acrobatics roll too?
I don't have an acrobatic stat for the bear. You may have that in your. But as far as what's on player side, I only get awareness and evade.
Gotcha. Okay. So he fails, and a dart comes flying out of the wall towards Albert. Does 2d6. That's 8 points of piercing damage to Albert.
All right.
As you hear this yelp of pain come from your bear companion.
Okay. My bear. I'll make a note of it right now.
What?
Conrad,
Did Tanuma do something?
Oh, that was a dart.
What dart?
And he stepped on a plate that made a dart come out.
Oh.
They're plates. This whole thing's trapped.
Why didn't you tell me before I got clear across the room?
Because you rushed in.
I mean, there's money to be made.
Well, haste makes waste of your soul.
I was going to take the poison dagger out now, put the hammer back, and start using the poison dagger to try to fry.
Okay. Ooh.
Wait, did you hear what I said? It's going to explode or something if you move it.
Well, we need to get the statue piece.
Oh, we could make a theory.
You're Tanuma, you're specific to the altar in the center. They're working on the sarcophagus, so you're not.
I thought they were the same thing.
No, the altar and the sarcophagus are two different things.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm desecrating her body.
Yeah.
I
On
thought
the map, the
was
altar is that square in the center.
Yeah.
On the map, and the sarcophagus is right where Geyer's token is. Up against
Oh,
it.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You knew that box in the center is trapped. And if somebody messes with it too much, if they're standing too close to it, it could hurt really bad.
Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I thought it was like the sarcophagus was on the altar.
No.
All right, that makes sense.
It could have been that they were trying to finish the altar and possibly like put it there eventually, but it never got done.
Okay.
Okay, so Geyer is one last time. This time he's using the dagger blade, and I guess Conry's over there helping to push on this thing too. I'm gonna say with all of you, with the dagger blade and with Conry helping you, Geyer, you guys don't even have to make a roll, as this thing is just basically tipped over, and the sarcophagus lid like slams and smashes down onto the ground. Dust kind of just starts to cloud up around you guys for a couple of moments, and as the dust settles, you can see there's just an open sarcophagus there for you to peruse.
Gonna come right around in, put the light up.
All right. Well, the first thing that you get from opening up this is the sarcophagus is filled with the equivalent of 4 treasure cards. Ooh. So we're going to pick 4 treasure cards. I think I'm going to pick 2 from the traditional deck and 2 from the expanded deck. And I'll set them out on here and we'll deal them out and see what you guys find as far as treasure goes. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Ooh, that's a lot of gold coins. Here's 4. So, looks as if, I'm going to zoom in on these. You find a book. Roll a d6 for me, Geyer.
Okay.
Let's see what the title of the book is. 3. The title of the book is Ancient Heroes and Villains.
Ooh.
This sounds right up Belthus's alley.
There you go.
No.
Yeah. Is he in this book?
Kind of enjoyed book number 6 there.
What was book number 6? What was book 6?
Blood, phlegm, and bile.
Blood, phlegm, and bile. Master your bodily fluids.
Yum.
All right.
Gary's going to turn and, as he's going through everything, just sort of look over to Numeral and toss the book across the room to her.
Okay. The numeral one-handed snags it out of the air. You find gold coins. Roll a d6 and multiply it by 10. 50 gold coins.
Nice roll.
Nice roll there. Payout. You also find some adventuring gear. We need another d6 roll from you.
Okay.
A 6, you find a torch. How convenient. Dark tomb. And you find some scholarly tools. We need another d6 roll. Got you rolling for all this treasure. 3, you find a blank scroll.
Ooh.
Could be.
This would be good rolling paper for my tobacco.
There you go. There you go.
It's aged.
That tobacco seems to have pieces of that blueberry in it.
So that is your treasure that you find.
So just so the player does not forget, When we all do eventually get back together, Geyer will give each of you 10 gold out of the 50 gold he found.
And as you have moved all this treasure, there's something else sitting down there, wrapped up in what looks to be like dusty, ragged, old like burlap. At the bottom of the sarcophagus.
And hoping that's what we're looking for, Geyer's going to go down and unwrap that and see what we've got.
And as you unwrap it, you find this.
Mummy jerky.
A piece of the Dragon Emperor Statuette. The waist and the scepter is the part that you found here in Bothild's resting place. Bothild's sarcophagus. Well, was supposed to be her resting place, and that didn't happen.
I now know the next sound file for the soundboard. It's going to be that sound when Zelda finds an ancient item.
Yeah, that's right. So you guys have found now 3 out of the 4 dragon statuette pieces.
Very
Add
nice.
that to your inventory.
Geyer will stick that in his pouch to put into the hidden compartment when we get back to the wagon. And then, how does Bothild look during all this?
She's just kind of like watching you guys. To you, and your insight would tell you, this is the most excitement she's had in a very long time. And it's just, she's just in a moment of, wow, this is so much better than it is like when I'm just bored, just floating around here, locked in here for all eternity. But now that you guys have kind of come through here, opened the tomb, and have looked through things, you can tell that Bothild's form isn't holding itself. Like you can see, like the blue shimmer of light seems to be fading just the slightest bit as you're watching her.
Did somebody have her axe that we found in the belly of the beast? Who has that?
Somebody did.
Didn't somebody
grab
take
it.
that?
I can't remember who had it. Somebody does
Geyer?
have it.
Is that you?
I don't know. I thought Tnumeral took it to.
I took it?
I thought.
Oh.
I definitely did not take it. I have no desire in an axe.
Well, no, I know. I thought because Geyer wouldn't have taken it unless he was going to keep it to sell it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it would have been.
Belthus, do you have it, or Kalsika? Somebody. Okay, so maybe I have it. I have it. Then let's just say. So may I levitate it over to her sarcophagus now?
Sure. Yeah, you can levitate items, right? It says you can levitate an item up to. I was pretty sure
Can
you
you
could.
levitate
Yeah.
metal?
Yeah. You levitate yourself or another person or object of up to
Object.
human size.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
So,
thought
yeah.
it said object. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So yeah, see if you can. Did you roll the 8 to succeed on that? Is that what that 8 was for? Or was that
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you kind of move the. So you placing it in the sarcophagus? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna place
Okay.
it in the sarcophagus.
Okay. Sure.
Geyer, this is not for you to take.
As the axe kind of just rests into the into the sarcophagus, you can. Bothild kind of looks at all of you and says, "Thank you all. Thank you for giving me redemption and helping to, let's just say, fix some of my old mistakes." And she slowly starts to fade away.
Thank you.
And as you say thank you...
We'll never forget you because your face is everywhere.
And she just kind of fades out of existence and
Whack.
And the blue light that was kind of cascading from her was no longer present.
Geyer, can I see that statuette? Piece.
I'm trying to figure out how to get back across this thing. I've already put it in my pouch. Why don't you two head back? I'm just going to take my time getting across the floor.
Do you levitate you across the room, Geyer?
I think I'm good, and I'm just going to start studying the floor tiles to see what's raised or not.
Okay. Let me double check what go ahead and just roll awareness for me. What's awareness? What is awareness based off of?
Int.
Perfect. Yeah, roll awareness.
That's a fail.
A fail. Would
And
you
you
like?
have the worst roll that I have.
Would you like to push it, or are you gonna let it go?
Nope.
Okay.
You're gonna give me a kiss?
You're not really sure. Yeah. I mean, there's all these different like carvings of mouths, hands, feet, like on the tiled floor, and then you've got like all these like different images of her, and some of them have like holes, some of them don't. So you're not really sure exactly like what even triggers certain ones. You know, you just haven't got a clue.
I'm being triggered.
I don't understand. I know what I can do. And looking around, I don't see anything on the tile, so they must be able to see me. And Geyer is going to use a magic trick and cast Puff of Smoke on himself.
Okay.
And just fill the area with smoke.
Perfect.
And then run.
Okay.
Secondhand
So-
smoke.
Charging across the floor. Do me a favor. Make an acrobatics roll with a bane, please.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You made it worse. Oh my god.
That
Why did
fails.
you take my feather?
You can by rule make an evade roll to try to dodge it, or if you have a shield currently, you can try to parry it. Hi, Ruben. How are you?
Sorry. He looks like he just wants scratches. Yeah, go.
Push the roll.
Michael, give me the dog.
You can do it.
Oh, he's so sweet. Look at his sweet eyes and his sweet little nose of milk.
Michael, I just sent you a message.
I see it. Yeah.
And yet there isn't a thought behind those
Unfortunately,
eyes.
no, it would not count.
And yeah, we're just going to try to evade. So that's a bane.
Yeah, it would be evade. Yes, with a bane. Yeah. Hey, look at that. Yeah, so you can see like a dart last second, like cutting through your puff of smoke. And you go, duck out of the way as you hear it like clatter into the other side of the room.
Gosh.
And now I am just army crawling on my belly through the smoke the rest of the way to the door.
Hey, make one more acrobatics check for me.
Why'd you lay on the floor? This is the worst.
Nope.
Oh my god!
Your elbow hits another plate. Luckily for you, you're on the floor and you just hear something go flying above you and stick into the other side of the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is so much easier. Just gonna keep crawling.
And eventually you get to the doorway. You do actually like trip like maybe one or two more, and you can hear that they're like much higher than where you're at, and they just go like zinging right over you.
Now we're going, guys, making trying to find them.
And as you actually are trying to find them now, you can see there is a correlation. Every tile that had like eyes or mouth like carved onto it correlates to an eye or mouth hole that is actually open in the wall. So like they actually have certain particular triggers that are firing off at you whenever you step on those tiles.
Store that for next time I'm in this room.
He's got to be more aware.
And you
Well,
You guys all kind of emerge out of here safely of this chamber.
Safely.
Bothild's ghost disappeared. Just the sounds of trickling water.
Can you drop me down to a 12 out of 20 instead of a 20 out of 20?
Oh, for the bear? Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Gracias.
Shall we go back to Belfast?
I think so.
I'll grab all of you and kind of train there so that
Oh,
Get through the
Costa's
wall.
not mad at me anymore. We're trapped in a wall.
you're trapped in a wall for a second. As you guys all come into the room and you can see Belfast as still busy carving this beast. While Kalsika has like handfuls of teeth and other like pieces of white death carcass in her hands.
Oh
Hey,
my.
Kalsika, do you want a book?
A book?
Yeah, it's about ancient heroes and villains.
I can read it at the campfire tonight! And she just drops all of the teeth and everything and runs over. She's covered in gore. She's like been trying to help Belthus and is just getting dirtier in the process, despite the fact that there's water 2 feet away that she can clean off in. She's not done it. And she like runs up, she goes, "Oh, I'm dirty." And she like runs into the water, dives in, and then comes back. Okay, book. She's like way too excited for something new to read. Belthus, look, I can tell new stories now. I have new stories. And she's holding the book up to Belthus, and she like almost blocks his face, like. But then she's like, "Oh wait, you have a knife. Sorry." And she just sits down on the ground and starts looking through the book. She's way too happy to have something new. So she's just sitting with like spiky teeth everywhere and a book.
Belthus,
Thank
will
you,
you be
Timmy.
in the ancient heroes and villains book?
Nah, he's not that old.
I mean, he's Roman. He could be 3,000 for all we know.
The second I hear Tinny say that, I'm looking for any, like, Kalska's whole goal with this book now is any elven knights that sound like Belthus, that might look like Belthus, whether it's his, like, father, grandfather, however old elves get. Like, Kalska's, every time she reads this book at night, out loud, but then also when everyone goes to bed or on, whenever she has time, she's looking for anything that might hint at Belthus's family.
Belfast Senior.
She told him he didn't have to talk. That doesn't mean she wasn't gonna look. Now that there's new material.
We do live a long time.
When's your birthday, Belthus? We should celebrate on the road.
Oh, sounds fun.
When is it?
I thought I lost track
today.
of birthdays a while ago, huh?
Wait,
We
what?
just saw him get birthed today. The white snake birthed him.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's his. So he had a new birthday however long ago the blob was, and now. Did I birth him because I pulled him out, or I guess I delivered him that time?
Now we're just getting weird.
And the look on his face.
I'm just gonna keep
I was gonna
working
say
on
you were
this.
probably more of a midwife, aided in. You were the catcher as the baby got
Yeah.
shot out, but
It's like the.
Well, not to change the subject, but look, Belthus, I brought you masonry tools.
and I bought you 10 gold coins. Well, 10 gold coins for all of you each.
Oh.
Sounds like it was a fruitful venture in the, I guess, wherever you all went.
Did you get the
Oh
thing?
yeah, we went to a room full of her Bothild's face, and they spat at us and darts.
Pieces?
Yeah, we almost got our hands cut off too.
Yeah, we
But yes, we have. And Guy will go into his pouch and pull out the statue piece.
Nice
and
find.
We have that. We have that.
It's got a
Oh,
waist.
sorry,
It's got a little
sorry.
hole.
Sorry, I forgot. My bad.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, well done.
There-
Already
there you go.
added it.
That
Oh,
was
amazing.
fast. That was
I missed my
fast.
cue.
That was incredible. How many pieces are we at now?
3 out of the 4.
Oh.
But you know what was amusing about this? Her tomb door
Watching
had an
you
image
crawl?
of a silver apple.
What was this about a silver apple?
It was on her door. I think that
Right.
is a sign telling us we need to go to the golden apple orchard.
I agree.
There's a
I found
mystic
a shiny
connection.
new axe in her crypt.
How did he make that connection?
No, you were supposed to keep that in the sarcophagus.
She doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, where is the ghost?
She went away. But when we desecrated her tomb, ripped open her sarcophagus, and looted her dead body, she then just sort of
And-
vanished.
All in a day's work, huh?
It was actually, she totally vanished when I placed her axe back in her sarcophagus.
Yeah, it had nothing
Oh, so
to
she
do
should be
with
back then. Fall
had
through
nothing to do with
her
Geyer
axe.
pushing her face in with a warhammer. It's a long story.
Yeah, sounds eventful.
Alska and Belthus are just looking at each other every time anyone says anything that doesn't make sense out of context. And they're just like, everything is just confused glances at each other. And then just shrugging like, I'm not asking. It's going to take too long.
I think I'll go ahead and believe that the ghost has been put to rest.
Oh yeah.
I believe so.
Out of character, how many hours have we been in here? How much longer does Belthus have to
Like
carve?
5 more hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. So
I'll meet you guys outside.
you guys
I've got
could-
some work to do.
you guys could basically, if you wanted to, use this space as a place to take like a shift rest while Belthus is doing this. Now, Belthus would not gain the benefits from having a shift rest because he's working this whole time.
Full
So
of vim and vigor. It's nothing.
But,
I guess-
but he
Wait.
can always take a nap when we're back in the wagon.
during travel time, in the wagon, he could definitely take a
Oh.
rest there.
Is it a stretch rest or shift rest? Wait,
It would
shift
be a
rest is
shift. He has to spend a whole shift
I'd spend a
doing
whole
this.
shift on this
Yeah,
thing.
according to his rules.
Beating the high
Yeah.
with a stick and
So, and Geyer can definitely use a shift.
Yeah. So
Geyer
during
is
this
gonna take a few
time,
minutes, look through those teeth that Calcica dropped, and try to find one of the larger ones that looks about the size of a dagger blade.
Okay.
Realizing that if he's going to try to learn and enhance this newfound magical ability, that he's not going to be able to run around with the metal he had before.
There's probably only about 4 teeth that would be long enough to do something like this from this creature.
Guy's going to steal one of them and leave
All the
others.
teeth are very sharp. It's just not all of them are like long enough to be considered like a dagger blade or something like that, you know.
Guy will also steal 3 of the real small, like the smaller ones.
Okay.
Probably about like arrowhead size, right?
Oh yeah. And I'd say you guys probably gleaned a good 20 or so teeth from this creature.
so with teeth that small, it was less of a white death, more like a white discomfort.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if I took 4 daggers and stuck it into 4 points on your neck, that would be death.
So I would like to take this time to wander outside of the cave and see if I can find my one-handed friend that I am still tracking.
Oh sure. Yeah. So Geyer's going to take a short a shift rest.
Yeah, I'm going to take a shift hanging out in the room where Belthus is.
Hey, Calcica, are you taking a shift rest here?
I don't need to rest, so Kauska is just going to spend the time reading this book and looking for any hints about Belthus in this book.
Okay, sure. To numeral, are you going to take a shift rest here?
Yeah.
Okay. And Belthus, you're just going to continue to use your ability to carve. You won't get a shift rest here, but like I said, you'll be able to take one later. So that way you'll have that. And Connery, what we'll do is we will come back from break to just spend a moment with you trying to find your one-handed new friend.
Amigo.
Yes. Within this cave system. So we're going to go ahead and take a break there. And when we get back, we will start with Connery doing a little bit of tracking and then catch you guys after your shift rest.
Hello, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Proficiency Bonus. Please take an opportunity to support our sponsors.
First up is Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is an online storefront based in the Great White North of Canada. They sell everything your heart could desire, so long as everything your heart desires is largely polyhedral dice sets and other TTRPG sundries. Check them out for all of your dicey needs. Perhaps buy a lovely hardcover copy of one of these fine books. If you're feeling especially cute, you could treat yourself to a t-shirt or one of these fine little proprietary Little Dragon Corp dragon plushies. They've got all the classic types of dragon, like Mooney, Terra, Dad. Whatever strikes your fancy over on Little Dragon Corp, be sure to enter our special promo code BONUS at checkout for 15% off of your order. That's BONUS, BONUS, for 15% off your order. That's like if you made 7 individual purchases, you could basically buy anything you want on the store, and it's like it was free with all the money that you saved from earlier. I'm absolutely positive that's how math works, and I will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp.
Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com.
Don't forget to find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to our social media pages and outlets are located below this video.
Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month.
While we are away, now is a great time to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and there you will find hours upon hours of content to enjoy. Click the bell icon to activate notifications so you won't miss a single show. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we'll be back in just a moment.
And welcome back, everybody. We are going to dive in to Conry, doing a little bit of tracking throughout this the Bothild's Lode cave system here. Conry, as you're catching on to the scent of this detached goblin hand, you make your way out of the flooded mine area back into the goblin encampment area.
Wait. Where am I going?
You're going out of the cave.
That's where I'm going.
That's where
I'm
you're
going on my own.
Go on your own, yes. Exactly.
Yeah, you heard him, folks. Albert is staying with us. He's on his own.
Albert!
But honestly, Conrad, you're tracking this goblin, and you can see right in the corner where your nose is kind of pointing you in the direction. There is a goblin with an arm that is wrapped, and there is no hand on the end of it.
Okay, so gonna ask the DM a question and push the limits of my abilities here. Where is it? There it is. All right. When I cast a spell, oh my god. When I cast a spell, you heal another living creature for 2d6 HP. Each power level beyond the first, the spell heals an additional d6 HP. Do you think, by any chance, with the blessing of Gaia within me, I may reintroduce this man's hand to his arm? Look, even the cat's curious. The cat's looking at you like, how are you going to decide? Look
at the look she's giving me. She's like...
Right? She's so concerned. Like, what's his answer going to be?
It's like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm about to fall asleep sitting up. I will say, because this is like a cool little moment here, since you have the hand, you start to walk up to the goblin. You can see that it's actually... The goblin is female as you walk up to her.
Grubba?
And you can see that she's wearing like these tattered hooded cloak type thing that has holes all through it. And she's like holding it kind of over her shoulder, and you can see clearly there is a blood-stained kind of wrapped stub where the hand used to be at the end of the wrist. But you could make an effort if you succeed on your roll to heal.
Dire. Have you no shame?
Absolutely none.
And it does succeed. So you walk up to this goblin who is surprised at first and notices that you're holding on to her hand.
We're hand
severed hand. You're holding hands. Yeah.
We're holding hands.
How like it seems like she's pretty freaked out. What do you do? What do you say to this goblin as you approach?
Connery, being as young and reckless and hubris as he is, he's gonna just approach this tiny little creature, and the chat is killing me. Grab her forearm and look her dead in the eye while holding her forearm between the two of them, showing her own severed hand. Did you learn from your greed?
Kind of looks at you, looks down at the hand that you're holding, and you're grabbing her wrist. And yes.
Then I am going to make this right, and you will not lose this again. And I'm going to put her hand on the end of her arm and cast the treat wounds right there.
And as the
it's a beautiful moment.
A beautiful movement, yes. And the wind kind of rushes by for a moment, and there's this flash of green energy from the wound of the hand. And as the light kind of fades and trickles out and fades out, you can see that the hand is now reattached to the wrist, and she slowly starts to kind of like move her fingers, and you can see like this glimmer of like hope in her eyes and the smile form on her face. Unfortunately, she's missing several teeth. And it's just very, very like starts moving her hand very rapidly and like testing it out to see how it's working, and looks at you with a smile on her face and just starts thanking you and like grabbing your arm and kind of just like putting her forehead like up against your arm and everything.
What is your name? Here, let me get a random generator real quick. Let's see.
I already had it up. I was ready
Oh, you
for
already
it.
had it.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, these are terrible names.
No, the chat was terrible suggestions. Did you lose something?
Hey,
baby, need a hand?
she looks at you. My name is Sleuth.
Sleuth. One day we may need your help. In which point we may call upon you. Be ready.
Okay.
Thanks.
Connery just walks backwards and fades away.
Gonna collect on that.
Yeah. There you go, Connery. Healing a goblin.
All right.
In Maladuk's camp.
The Beatles.
And I would say, well, Connery, like that really didn't take like a ton of time. So if you wanted to go back with the group and also take a shift rest, you could.
I'll take a dog nap.
Okay, sure. But we'll go ahead and fast forward for those 6 hours as this is taking place. At the end of those 6 hours, Belthus, you've got this really awesome set of White Death hard leather armor that could be used by a member of your party if they so choose. And the rest of you can take your shift rest, so whatever you get back during your shift rest, I think everybody gets like filled all up. The adventure is yours. What would you guys like to do from this point?
Question, does Albert get his full health back?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put him back up.
Thank you, sir.
I must
He
say, your
appreciates it.
forest dog is rather squishy and makes a wonderful pillow.
Thank you.
Before we go back up, I can't remember, does Maladuk know that like there's a statue piece down here that we were probably going to get, or like that's just between us and the ghost?
That's us and the ghost.
The ghost told us that last time we were here.
Right?
And
yeah.
I don't think we told Maladuk that. We said we would be back after we brokered a peace treaty, but we didn't say anything about what we were going to go find down here.
We promised to come back and kill the dragon,
We
and
didn't say
she wanted a chunk of flesh.
Oh, okay.
Have a chunk.
Throw some teeth at her too while we're at it, like here. None of the good ones though, just a bunch of the tiny ones. Maybe one.
All right.
If we decide to play nice.
So we'll just not think, not talk, not mention anything about a statue. Whatever pouch it's in, don't open it.
Nope.
And then we'll be able to get out of here, and at least one less person will know we have them and won't take them. Am I going to give her my piece?
And then it's up to the
thing?
No, we could. I'm sure there's like pieces of the hide that Belthus couldn't use for the armor that just give. I don't think you have to give the piece that you took.
Okay, I kind of want it.
I figured you did. I was like, I'm just making things up and hoping Michael agrees with me.
I'm gonna do something with it.
Well, now
I don't know what. Ooh, maybe I'll make like a sheath out of it for my knife. My magical knife.
It's a cool idea.
You should have asked Belthus to use the head to make you a helmet.
Oh, yeah. And then I could put the crown in the pieces. And then be super scary.
In the meantime, I think that the silver apple on Bothild's tomb was a clear sign that we need to go to the golden apple orchard.
I agree. I'm all for it.
Onward!
Wait, where is that again on the map?
I can
It's up
take you
north.
guys to. They're here.
It's up past the spire and the ruins and
Oh, I want to see the spire.
the oracular cave.
You guys see up here where it says Fort Malice?
Yeah, that was that one.
That was the golden apple tree.
Neat. Can we stop at the silver spire tower on the way up? That looks super cool.
Where was that? I don't recall that one.
It was right in between.
Way.
I suppose. I don't see why not. There's
All right, I'm
probably
down. Let's
something in
go.
there that we can take and sell.
I'm ready. Do we have to go to Outskirt? I don't want to go to Outskirt. Forget Outskirt.
Live off the land.
Live off the
Let's
land.
just go. Let's just go north.
We have a remaining 119 rations.
I think
Wow,
we
you're
do.
really sucked up.
I think the general store just likes when we come to visit, but we shouldn't spoil them too much.
All right.
So off to the spire we
Northward
go.
bound.
So Connery
we have to-
pulls out the other two severed hands and starts clapping them together. Yay!
Connery picked up the other two hands.
Let's go.
Again, Kauska and Belthus just do look at each other.
And then he uses the hands. Language.
You're putting dead things near your mouth, Connery.
I am.
He does that almost daily.
Just
How
don't
many
let
times has
Lucy
he
and
brought
River
back a
get
bird and gone,
Don't
So
don't
what's
don't
It
let
was
the
a
bear
gift to the
that.
family.
like? What's the bear like?
Albert?
Yeah, what's he like? Like, what does he do? What's his temperament?
He's a bear.
Connery's friend.
Is he like curled up? Is he like kind of like chill?
Seems to be
Same
rather
time.
chill in the presence of his companion. You don't really know what he would be like. You saw him get really kind of enraged when the White Death came out, and he actually like bit the White Death.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I don't think I know that part. I was probably still underwater.
Yeah, true.
I was
And
just
as we're-
scared. I was scared for Belthus.
As we're starting to head towards malnutrition to drop off the
Malnutrition.
hide and know the dragon instead, I was going to look over at Belthus. By the way, when I'm supposed to be the worm on the hook, aren't I supposed to be the one that ends up inside?
Yeah, why didn't he want to eat you? I guess he.
Belthus
Wanted
is
to-
yummy. That's why.
Well, it wasn't wearing my armor, so it's easier
What?
to digest, you know?
When Geyer says that, like, brings up that, like, when he's the worm on the hook, Kauska immediately just arms in front of her chest and looks angry all over again, and just stomps ahead out of the cave.
Oh,
Brave!
You're back in the bee house. I mean, the doghouse.
I will have to think of something to give to her.
A book. Oh wait, she already got it.
I gave Numeral the book because it was Heroes and Villains. I assumed Belthus would want to read up on it. I was going to try to take something nice for Dalsiga, but the only thing that was left in there afterwards was the axe.
Mm. Yeah, you didn't take that, right?
No!
Oh, good. Because that's what set this Bothild soul to rest. It's very important.
As Tanumal's walking away, and I'm assuming that Beltus and Connery both watch as Geyer is adjusting his backpack to cover the head of this dwarven axe that he's strapped to his back.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Can't help it.
You ever notice Geyer has a hunchback? Isn't it? It's weird. I don't
So
remember that.
So as you guys are, I'm assuming you guys are like gathering your materials and kind of walking and talking here as you move out of the mine area. You do kind of have to pass through this goblin camp, and you do notice that Maladuke is over kind of talking to Gru there for a moment, and she catches you guys walking through and starts to walk up to approach you all. And you're alive. I see that the White Death has not devoured you all.
Well, I mean, briefly, but,
So is it dealt with? Impressive.
Go in there, and nothing will eat you unless there's something bigger in there, which we didn't find. So have fun.
homie.
Yeah.
He's.
Tanumo, did you take the piece, or did Belthus take what we promised to return with, or...
A chunk of flesh.
Someone has it. We
I have
said we'd
room
take
that I
it.
could have carried it.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I
yeah,
piece
there was
off.
a bunch of pieces there, so it's up to you guys who.
I
Doesn't
cut like a
really matter.
scale off.
Geyer will just say, we'll say Geyer picked one up.
Okay.
There's got to be a chunk that, as Belthus is trimming stuff. Geyer will just sort of go into his pocket and pull out this decent-sized little stretch of scales and offer it over to Maladuke.
Oh, she like reaches out and grabs a hold of it. Ah. Creature finally slain. It's impressive. She takes it and kind of just like slings it over her shoulder and just puts it right there for now. And now we can wander the mines without the fear of being devoured out of the darkness. Thank you all so much.
Oh, I am absolutely certain it was Belthus's pleasure. I have not seen him that happy in quite some time.
That's one word for it.
Well, let it be known that this day we have definitely sealed the alliance. So, from now on, you need the aid of Maladuke. Call upon us and we will be there.
Thank you.
We are heading off once more to continue our search for what we need to prevent this arising. We have heard tales of things and you can see Guy sort of thinking, like, looks like he's trying to do directions in his head. We've heard tales of things off to the distance in the far northeast. So we're heading that direction first, and we'll sort of give a side glance towards Tanumeral and Belthus, worrying that they may say something especially where Tanumeral's been our pathfinder, knows we are going almost due north from where we are. Guys like, no, we're going this way.
Yeah, Maladuke just seems to kind of like shake her head along, listening to what your plans are, and just as she's standing there and looking, she's like, if you come across the source of all this demonic chaos, don't go in alone. Call upon us and we will help.
And your help will be greatly appreciated. We are looking forward to finding the tools needed. And we have begun gathering the allies that will be needed to put this curse to rest.
Finally, the Misty Veil will be free. And she kind of like
It's
looks at her.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this with you.
She kind of looks around, and as you guys are kind of like notices you guys are kind of packed up for your travels. It's like, be careful on the road. We've taken care of the horses for you. They're ready.
It is appreciated, thank you.
Or I guess it'd be donkeys, right?
That's my bear.
Donkey and donkey.
Okay.
Miss Malduke,
Yes.
remember part of the deal. You can't steal from Outskirt anymore.
We've passed along the information.
Thank you. Fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
I've heard that somewhere.
Gyra is now giving real hard side eye to Belthus. That honor crap just sounds like something.
Casca just climbs into the cart and pulls out her book, the new book, and just gets cozy.
Okay. Well, I am going to do this. Technically, when you guys went north the first time, you went north from the Oracle Cave. So technically, this spot between Bothild's Lode and the Oracle Cave, it's kind of untraversed for you guys. So I'm going to call upon our group's Pathfinder
Oh,
during this little part, this little strip. It is going to take probably about 2 days travel to get to the Oracle Cave. You guys are going to have to camp out halfway through. So I believe we need a... oh, and it's a success. Look at that.
jeez.
Pathfinding with ease through the lower parts of the Iron Forest. And your party makes it about halfway. Almost like kind of where this ruin area.
Have we seen this before?
Have not.
We came sort of near the red tree
You
further
were,
to the
yeah,
northeast.
you were over, you were more like over here.
Do we? Are we in it? Where are we?
Yeah, I mean, you can travel to that if that's what you would like to do. Sure.
Yeah, let's explore it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
There's a ruin up there, guys.
It's ruined.
Okay. Yeah. You can see that as you're kind of approaching this. Now the sun is setting, so, and like it said, it's always misty, so it's always kind of like a gray, overcast kind of feeling as you guys are traveling. But the sun, when it sets, you do see that like that glimmer of that like orange sky or that magenta, kind of like bursting through during the evening. And you can see that on the horizon as you guys are walking close to this. And it looks a lot like what it is. Like there's like this broken archway there. It looks like maybe a tower that's been half like fallen down on the side, and some pillars that have remained there. But most of this place has been kind of leveled. Like there's just piles of rubble that are covered in weeds and foliage and stuff like that. But one main tower, though, you guys do notice that there's just this awful, foul-smelling stench coming from the inside of it. Like it seems like there's this big like crack and like fallen opening like on the side of it, and it goes into like darkness, and there's just this terrible smell coming out.
Ugh.
Like it smells like dung and fertilizer and dead fish.
Ew. Do I see anything like hidden in any of the rubble?
In the rubble, you're kind of like tinkling around the rubble. You don't see anything like in the rubble. I mean, it's just like weeds kind of like growing up through it, and you do see some like discarded like bones and things.
Why do you think it stinks?
It does smell a little like manure. That's a wonderful fertilizer. It was used to sell it occasionally. It smells to all the heavens and hells, but it's also quite flammable, if I remember. Well, that might be the fertilizer that they make out of the manure. I'm really not quite sure.
Oh, Numeral, since you said you were looking around, go ahead and make an awareness roll.
Ooh. What?
Make sure you put a little check mark next to your awareness thing.
Yeah. And make sure you get a check mark there. Now, you kind of go by that opening in the tower that smells bad.
Yeah.
You can see, like, you notice there's clawed footprints that, like, lead in and out of it. And
Would I recognize what kind of creature may have made these claws?
make a beast lore check.
Succeeds. Mine's an 8.
You think you might have stumbled upon a troll lair.
Trolls in the dungeon.
Oh my god.
There's a dungeon down here. Well,
Maybe.
There may be things in there worth taking.
What do we know about
But
trolls?
There's stinky troll. So there's stinky.
Well, I'm sure you can handle it. Go ahead right in.
I'm not going
Always out
in.
here.
Conry likes to smell dead things. Why don't we send him in?
Have we met any trolls before?
Would I know any trolls from like living in the mountains?
Yeah, there are trolls for all regions. There are specific mountain trolls that live in the mountains. What you have a feeling like this may be a forest troll that's found a place that it could easily, since you're right on the edge of the Iron Forest here. You don't really think it's a little bit far away from the mountains to be all the way over here.
So yeah, there's troll. I have no strong feelings.
You would know a little bit that, like, especially forest trolls, they're pretty stupid, but they are strong, and they are driven basically by just like food. And that's why you're seeing all the discarded bones and materials, and you're smelling all this like terrible smell. It could have been they're not clean.
Hear me out, for I have read the rule book. Page 43. Ambush. A special kind of sneak attack is an ambush lying in wait for an enemy and attacking as it passes by. In this case, each victim makes an awareness roll to spot the ambush, with a bane if the attackers are well prepared. All those who fail get the bottom cards, counting from 10 and up, randomly drawn. So what I would like to propose to the group is setting up an ambush outside of the cave. Albert, go. And bring back.
You want to ambush the trolls?
We
Kalska
don't know how
immediately
many there
hides.
are.
Kalska immediately hides. She's ready to stab something.
Let's do this.
Numeral's gonna back as far back into like the trees, away from the stinky stink as possible.
Away from the stinky stink. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not about it. I'm hiding in the trees, far behind everyone else. I'm scared.
Do we have a map?
We do not. Oh, this is going to be theater of the mind.
All right, let's do this.
Because this was a completely rolled random encounter.
I do not imagine that Beltis would have anything against combat, so
I would love to test my strength against some trolls.
But you have to hide first.
And you're also hurt still. You didn't rest.
Well, you know,
Well, no,
it's
'cause
a bit
this
of a
is
handicap.
then-
Oh wait, no, it was the whole day of travel, so you probably got to
Right,
rest.
so he would have had his shift rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have enough
Okay.
time for a shift rest. Yeah, so you would have had your shift rest. Oh, also, I'm going to read this from the bestiary just so you guys know exactly how bad this stench is that you guys are smelling.
ooh, love it.
Imagine mixing fish guts with butter, stomach acid, pine needles, and various forest herbs. Then you leave the mixture out in the summer sun for a week. There you have it, troll odor.
Wow, there you have it.
That's what this smells like.
Yeah.
Geyer's gonna find a tree to squirrel up and hide in, with a clear line of shot at that crack.
Okay.
And the whole time just sitting up there, no idea where Calcica ran off to hide to, because he's assuming she's probably still mad at him.
Okay.
It's only been a day.
It's only been a day.
Only been a day.
Can you
She's
guys
cranky.
smell that?
Guys,
It reminds me of my mother's cooking.
How?
I think your
do you
mommy
know
needs
my
a cooking lesson.
smell
Mama,
this?
can you hear me?
The elves not have noses. She walked us right into this.
Kauska's probably pretty close to the smell and everything. She doesn't care. She's just trying to get like the best advantage to sneak attack something. So she's chilling and she doesn't care if it's smelly.
Knowing that I'm noisy, I'm gonna hang back so that I don't ruin this.
Okay. You're hanging back. Are you going to try to hide somewhere, Belthus? Is that what you're doing, or?
Yeah, basically, as whoever's furthest back, I'm gonna be out with them. You know.
Okay. Anybody who's
Me.
actively trying to hide, go ahead and roll a stealth roll, just to see how well you are hidden as you're sneaking. Oh no!
Oh wow.
Connery is
Connery
dancing.
is standing out in the middle of the field.
All day.
Oh, fuck! Mine fails.
Belthus, everybody else, if you did fail, Belthus, you can technically push it if you'd like to take a condition. To numeral,
It's
you
been
can,
a long day. Geyer's tired. And I'm gonna push it.
Okay. But he
I'll
can
push it. Why not?
I got worse.
There you go.
I'm
Progressively
sitting
more
there on the tree
tired.
branch. I'm just kicking my legs freely.
Oh, so close.
So close. Oh, the
'Cause
one
I
time I
don't think I can cast bagpipes and try to ambush people at the same time. Doesn't work out.
I like to think that Belthus, where I'm hiding up in a tree from the back, where if I throw a fireball and this building blows up like I think it might, that I'm not close. I'd just lean down. Ah, so you know, Belthus, when this thing comes out, whenever we get to jump on it.
Yeah.
Well, according to the rules, like, you guys don't. It says that you guys can lie and wait for the enemy, but it doesn't say anything about making a sneak roll to like stay hidden. So
No, they have to make awareness with the bane.
They have to be able to kind of spot you guys. So you guys, like, it's actually more of a rule for the opponent than it is for you guys to hide. So we'll disregard those rolls. So if you pushed it, take your condition back.
No.
For
Okay.
pushing the sneaking rolls, because there wouldn't be any sneaking roll for this.
Kauska doesn't
Humble and
move
merciful.
the entire time.
Such a
She's literally
gracious
kidding.
GM.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm going by what the rules are written in the book too.
What's
People
the
are
shirt
watching,
say,
they can-
Michael?
Humble and merciful.
Warning: the DM is
Already
already
smiling.
smiling.
So now that we know that there are 7 trolls in here,
Yeah, do we know from vague knowledge if trolls group together or were they solo?
Only one way to find out.
I feel like we would have talked about this as part of our ambush planning. So
I don't
It's-
believe
South
I
Carolina
have that
hiding.
knowledge.
Connery made the plan, so probably not.
Yeah.
For every numeral with your successful beast lore roll from earlier, you'd probably know that a lot of them tend to keep themselves, and if there are more than one, it's kind of like small family units. But they tend to stay away from, like, they're not smart enough to get along with one another. Like, it's always ends up being like a competitive thing, and they get frustrated with each other and move apart. So.
All right.
So, after waiting for a while, are you sending the bear into the Connery to, like, lure them out? Is that what you were trying to do?
Yeah, I send the bear in, and specific instructions just to scout and come back at the immediate side of danger.
Okay. You guys all watch Albert go into the darkness of the tower. You guys wait for what seems like a lot longer than you would expect. And then Albert appears back out into the opening in front of the tower entrance there. And kind of looks to you, Connery, and just like, ooh. Like you went in, looked around, didn't see anything, came back out.
Okay. Gonna activate light on my amulet, and I am going to look back at the group and just hold up a hand, say, I will be back, and go inside.
Okay, you guys are watching Connery start heading with the light off his amulet towards that tower. Anybody doing anything, or are you guys gonna stay put?
I'm gonna stay put, but can I look around while we're sitting here and wait and basically camping out looking for this thing? Is there somewhere, do I see any sign that maybe this thing is hiding somewhere waiting for us?
Go to roll awareness.
Success.
Connery, or guys, you're looking around. You notice the same tracks that Numeral did before, as some are like coming and going. Definitely looks like the same tracks from the same creature. And your most recent tracks look to be heading away from where you guys are.
Okay.
So
which direction? North, south, east, west?
Probably southwest.
Okay. I look down at Balthus behind the tree. It's a little late now. He's already inside, but it looks like there are tracks leading out of there and heading sort of back down towards Bothild's Lode.
Wonder if it's out foraging or hunting. And when it might return.
Wouldn't it be amusing if it returned while Connery was in its house?
Well, that'll give us a chance to get the jump on it either way.
So Connery, you disappear into the tower. And
Oh, it's a tower. I thought it was a cave. Okay, so it's a tower.
it's like a tower that has this big like part like tore down and ripped open. It's like just like this opening area.
Okay.
And you walk in, and it looks like it's been dug out like below. And there's like this kind of steep kind of decline that kind of just drops down into like darkness. So it's almost like something dug like a cave down into the lower part of under this tower.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna look out at Albert. Did you not go down there? Did you not see the hole? Did you? Did you go down there? Just answer me. Answer me this one time. Did you? Come on. All right. Let's go. Why does it sound like I'm talking to that French translator from back in the 90s? Muggsy, wasn't he? Muggsy. Yes, it was Muzzy. It was Muzzy. So, me and Albert are gonna go down to the dug section, the dug up section.
Okay.
I imagine that's where the smell is permeating from.
Yeah, it's terrible in here. Like, it's making your eyes water, especially you with your heightened sense to be able to like track things and catch smells. Like, it is rich. You notice that as you're walking down, especially with the light from your amulet, that this lair seems to be full of like bone fragments of animals and humanoids, like piled up in different places. Go ahead and roll spot hidden for me.
All right. Let's see here.
Oh, success. So I'm gonna draw 2 random treasure cards for you. I'll do one from each. Do one from the traditional deck, one from the additional deck. Ooh. So within the rubble there, you find 2 things. You find
Those are really okay. I was gonna say those are really tiny.
some silver coins lying around. You go ahead and roll 3d6 for me, Connery.
All right. Yeah,
and that'll
trust
be
my
the
rolls.
that'll be the amount of silver coins you find.
This
laying
is
in
why
there.
you do not trust my rolls. I rolled a 1. Look at that.
10 total.
But you also rolled a 5 and a 4, man.
And we have we need to roll a 1d3 to see what kind of melee weapon you find with the cave.
Uh, 1d3. I'll just type that in.
Yeah, I think you. And you find a knife within the
All right.
within the layer as well. So 10 silver coins and a melee weapon.
He breaks into the troll's house, steals his silverware, steals his money.
That's right. But other than that, it's empty in here. Other than you and that terrible stench in Albert.
All right. Now, sorry. Now hear me out here. Again, pushing the rules. Do I see in this disgusting chamber of permeating stench? Do I see any stench or any scraps or clothing, any personal belongings of this troll?
I mean, the only thing that was in here was that little bit of treasure that you found, other than just bones and old pieces of food and things like that. That's it. Like, there's like a flattened area where it looks like the troll sleeps, but there's no like personal effects or anything. Doesn't seem like that's really like an important thing for the troll.
So I'm not getting like a method of hunting instincts on the knife. Wow, that looks weird, but
not really. You believe the knife could possibly been on one of these victims that was eaten, and that's who dropped it. It wasn't necessarily the troll's property. It was just like the body was drugged here and the knife fell out of a sheath or something is laying here.
All right, well, then I am going to begrudgingly, head hung low, exit the tower and just call out to everybody. False alarm, nobody's home.
He went southwest.
I found 2 silver for each of us. So go ahead and add 2 silver to your.
And as you're adding your
shared
2
box.
silver, all of you can hear what sounds like cracking of limbs and trees moving some area behind you to the southwest, as if something large is moving through the trees in your direction.
I said there's nothing in the town.
Kalsika hides again.
Kalsika hides again, okay.
Do you want me to roll sneaking?
Geyer is going
You don't have
to
to.
point at Conry and Albert and gesticulate wildly to get back in the tower.
I am going to deactivate light.
Okay.
And I am going to. I imagine from you said theater of the mind that there is like a little side that I could hide in, just inside of the doorway. You know what I mean? Like a corner to hide around. Then that's where I'm going to tactfully try to sneak. Do you want me to roll sneaking?
Nope, don't
Again?
have to.
No. Okay, because I did terrible last time.
No, you guys don't have to roll.
Okay.
The rest of you, I'm assuming you guys are going back into your locations from before. Okay.
Tinny in the tree.
Tinny in the tree. A few moments pass, and this cracking of limbs gets louder, and that's when Geyer, you're probably the closest to the direction where this individual is coming from, and you can see this massive, strong, probably 12-foot tall creature is bending and moving tree limbs through the forest and cracking them as they're making their way through, trying to give it some space to just make its way through with its massive body. It has what look to be 2 deer carcasses like resting over its shoulder. Blood kind of leaking from the carcasses down its arm and down its upper torso area as it's lumbering through this foliage and going and dragging like the other hand like down. You can see it's got like, it could be a club, could be just a tree that got ripped out of the ground, and it's just dragging it behind it.
Geyer's seeing that, gonna glance down towards Belthus and try to like signal to be like, wait a minute, let Kalska kick things off.
Kalska waits till it gets closer to her hiding spot, and then I will attack.
Okay, it starts to kind of like, it looks like it's going right for the tower. Like it looks like it's got food on its shoulder. It's this massive tree that it's dragging around, and it's just like lumbering towards it. It stops for a moment. You see it like scratch his butt and like looks around, starts sniffing the air a little bit, and then kind of like lumbers forward towards you. And right by now you're starting to see a little bit of moonlight kind of peek through this little opening and be in front of the ruin that you guys are standing there. And Kalska, you can see like the moonlight starts to illuminate the creature as it gets a little closer and gives you the perfect opportunity to get the jump on it.
Okay, yeah.
Take him down.
Nah, never mind. She doesn't care. She was asking a question, but it's not important. See if that works. Did I not? I hit. That's just my d6 plus 4, but I'm gonna use assassin and backstabbing to get the extra 2d8.
Extra 2d8? Okay.
11.
11 damage.
So 21 damage from Kalska.
21 total damage.
That's
wow.
with the Violmaline dagger.
Gotcha.
The fancy dagger.
Jeez. So, are you like, you're like jumping out at it to like stab it? Are you throwing this dagger, or how is it that you're attacking?
You said it's 12 feet tall.
Yeah, it's tall.
I feel like Kalska just goes for whatever artery she knows is on like the legs of this thing to try to just bleed it out from the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, so you just like
and bring it down so that other people can get good hits on it.
Yeah, you carve into the leg of this creature. It cries out and falls down to one knee right in front of you. One of the deer carcasses falls off its shoulder as it reaches down, crying out in pain from the attack on its leg. And that will kick us off into our initiative order.
Yeah.
Is we're going to go ahead and get a combat tracker on. And what I'm going to have to do, since I don't have a map for this, is I'm just gonna kind of probably, if you guys want to just like drag your tokens out onto this map right here, then I can grab them and put them in initiative order. You should be able to like click on your name over there under characters, and you should be able to pull your token out.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then just drag it onto the map.
I'm trying to catch up with
I have no idea how to do this. What am I clicking?
If you click on your name over in the journal on the right,
and
just drag it onto the map and let go, like click and drag, it should put a token out there. And I can grab those and kind of put them on there.
I think Connery fell asleep.
Oh.
I thought I heard.
There's
no, that's me trying to live.
That's how he's breathing inside the troll tower.
Gonna have to grab Albert.
It's Albert.
Albert, excuse me.
Don't worry, it's troll feed.
I have to grab his token.
I mean, that's pretty much it. He's got more hit points than any of us.
Control this.
I think. I don't know. How many hit points does Belthus have?
Not a huge amount.
16 and 17 is probably my guess.
A little less than that, but yeah.
So Albert is our tanky little meat shield?
No, I think Belthus is our meat shield.
Metal shield.
For damage reduction, yeah. He's a lot better.
Guy, are you going to activate your ability Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a second to you, and we'll do what you don't want.
Oh yeah.
And then I will add
Does this automatically do it? I got that set up right. No.
add
Airball.
I don't know. Let me see if this that yes. 2 because it has a ferocity of 2. And oh, okay, cool.
I don't like when things are cool for the DM.
I like
That's
when things are cool.
That's a quick. Lord Jesus.
In combat.
If I just rolled something, I didn't mean to do it. Also, whoa, why did my stuff just split?
Oh, I see what it. Do this. Okay. All right, now I'm ready to go ahead and pick these cards. Go ahead and save. Deal to turn order, and we're gonna arrange everything.
Holy crap, Albert.
Now, the one thing, the troll has an ability called Impulsive, which lets it draw 3 cards at the beginning of each round and keep the 2 lowest.
Whoa, that's cool.
So it's going to get rid of the 9.
So we got to get rid of the 2 as well, because Albert doesn't have his own initiative roll.
Got it. Yeah, so I'll get rid
He
of
took mine.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I'll get rid of that. And looks like Geyer has an 8 and a 10. So it doesn't really matter.
So makes no difference. It's the last one anyway.
Last
so.
one anyway. That's right. Okay. I will do this before we go into a combat round. Because you are within, well, because you're very close, Kalsika, I need you to make a con roll, not an action. Because when you get close to this thing, gosh, it smells so bad.
For like
like
a
it,
minute.
nice.
And you,
So if I missed
succeed, yeah.
something-
Growing up in crappy places means Kasuka has no sense of smell, or if she does, it doesn't really matter.
So I'm gonna change our music to something a bit more intense. Combat with this troll. It's gonna go ahead and roll a d6 because it gets to go first. And I get a 3
I
on
like
this. Okay, so Kalsika. The troll, as it's on its knees, like screaming in pain, looks towards you. You can see rage in his eyes. And he starts to blow his foul breath in your direction.
Ooh.
You become sickly, so you automatically take the sickly condition and must succeed with a con roll, now with a bane.
Okay. This isn't something I can dodge since it's breath. It's not a physical attack.
Yeah, it seems to be breath. Yeah, so it's not really something you can get away from. Oh, you succeed.
Nice rolls.
Thank goodness, because you would have lost your turn for this round if you would have failed.
Good.
So this terrible breath kind of just sickens you for a moment. You can feel like a little bit of vomit maybe come up into the throat a little bit, but you fight it back down with the stench. And that ends the troll's first turn. One thing I do need to say that you would probably realize, Kalsika, is as your blade comes out of that wound, it seems like it's closing a little bit on its own.
Even though I use my magic dagger?
Yes.
Crap.
Apparently,
Kasuka would probably just say crap. And you all probably can translate to mean something's wrong!
you hear that to numeral is your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna try to hit it with my bow and arrow.
Okay, go ahead and take a shot.
Success.
It hits. Go and roll your damage.
And I do D10 plus D4. Oops, I did the wrong thing.
Oh,
I was gonna say, yeah, that's epic.
Okay, so I do that.
Damage, nice.
And I'm just gonna stay back, like, away.
Staying away from it. Okay.
Yeah.
You still kind of up, elevated in a tree?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. That leads us to Belthus' turn.
All right, I'm gonna come bursting out of the brush and then just start charging at it.
Okay.
How much distance can I cover the distance to it?
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
turn,
yeah. In your turn, you could definitely cover the.
Cool. So charging at it, sword out. Ah, me! Yeah.
And before you get to it, I want you to make a roll against Con because of the smell of this creature gets to you immediately. And you succeed. You hold. Your helmet is kind of helping to keep some of the fresh air in.
Oh, but once it gets in the helmet, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, and then I'm just gonna take a clean swing at it with the Viomaline longsword.
All right.
And if I hit, I am gonna activate Dragon Slayer. So.
Okay.
I believe that
hits.
And then for Dragon Slayer, I think I have to spend 3 to do an additional D8. So this would be a total of 15 damage.
15 damage.
Yeah.
You slice through. He teeters back a little bit, almost falling completely over. Now with this massive wound through the front of his chest, he looks really, really rough. Anything else, Belthus?
And turn.
Connery, you're up. You're kind of hiding in the entryway of the lair. Kind of right now, though, your whole party is kind of on the other side, so you're actually kind of like looking at the back of this creature.
Right. So what time of day are we thinking here?
It's like it just got dark.
Oh, okay. So no sunlight that I can use to my advantage.
No sunlight.
I am going to look at Albert, who's hiding in the other alcove across the doorway, and go. Attack, you stupid bear!
Albert then charges.
And as he's attacking, I'm also going to use my my lovely heroic ability. So therefore,
there you go.
He is going to get the boon for his attack. Let me pull up his attack real quick. It's skill level 12, so I guess I roll a flat d20.
Flat d20, 12 or better.
Hey, there you go.
That hits.
And damage is going to be 2d8.
2d8 damage.
Whew.
Whoa! So, Belthus, you slice across the front of this troll. The troll teeters back, like blood pouring out of the wound, and then all of a sudden, the troll comes towards you, like all of a sudden, as this bear jumps on the back of the troll and just starts going, just gnawing into him. He teeters a little bit and then goes, like, starts to like lose his balance and hops on one foot for 3 like steps, and then the bear, with all its weight, pushes it over and slams its head into one of the nearby trees, causing the tree to crack and tip over. And the troll falls down onto the ground with Albert on top of it, unconscious. And I'm gonna take you guys out of initiative order.
That was not the tree I was in, was it?
No, it wasn't.
It's the one right next to it, so Kyra was like, oh god.
That would have been part of it.
Painful.
Kalsuga just looks at Albert and then looks at Belthus, looks at Albert, and then looks back to where Connery was. And it's just like, can I buy the bear a present?
Yeah, because after seeing the damage that the bear did, he's kind of like also shocked. Yeah, I think we should buy it something nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear yelled out of a tree, "There's some venison on the ground right beside you."
Oh, yeah.
We can get-
I'm glad he's on our side.
Yeah, that was a killer strike right there. 15 points of damage. My
That's
goodness.
wild. Yeah.
The bear
Between
does
that and
that
Kalska
much-
at the beginning,
Yeah.
Yeah. But the bear does that much damage without having to like willpower any like just as naturally
Mhm.
a weapon, and we all have to spend like so much to like get.
Well, I think you
damage
do have to spend willpower points to get him to attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I lost
he does
4
have
willpower.
Yeah, he does have to spend willpower every time.
I mean, like that the bear itself is so gnarly that like if it was like if we were fighting a bear, we'd be in trouble. Was my point.
so as
Oh, that's funny.
Albert
Albert.
has been chewing on his neck, apparently there were some silver coins in there that he has swallowed.
Yeah.
Albert has 5 silver now.
Just spits out the coins. I don't know. I like the spelling that Dogs for Life came up with. That's
Albert.
probably better. Albert.
Albert, yeah. Yeah, so this troll lay slain right here on the doorstep of its lair.
This corner of the woods is a little safer now.
Congratulations.
So-
It was coming home with dinner and we killed it.
Do we see any sparklies on the troll?
Fortunately, the troll didn't have anything spectacular on it.
Doesn't really have pockets.
It had
I
tree.
would like-
it had
I
a
would like
tree.
to
It,
check its
it barely had
pockets,
any
like
clothes.
on a
Like it was wearing like
latex
a
glove.
loincloth with like a half of like almost like a toga type leather thing that it was wearing. It was it wasn't.
Okay, we killed this. Now can we move away from the stinky pile to make camp?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Should we bring the venison with us?
Yes,
That-
I
that
see no
looks
reason not to
Albert.
take the 2 deer with us. We can cook it.
Mhm.
Add to our rations.
Belongs to the
That's
bear.
that's a gain for us. It's profit.
I think Albert should be able to enjoy at least half of one of them.
Yeah. I don't know if I like him that much.
Okay, then we can turn him into jerky. He doesn't speak common, does he?
It's Roblox labor.
Well,
Carrying on.
one thing you guys will have to do, because this is not a familiar location, is you guys will have to make rolls for camping. So I think that's all bushcraft rules, but I think only if somebody's setting up the tent, only one person can succeed for the vast majority of you.
We're going to rely on
Wow, Kalsiga rolls.
the Huntmaster.
Numeral, did you succeed with the 13? No? Okay.
No.
Yeah, you gonna push it?
I got it. I got the 10.
Oh, the tent,
I'm,
the tent
I'm
is
doing
set
the
up.
10.
In the tent? Okay.
Yeah.
Kauska needs a tent, so.
It's going to be a long night for Geyer.
Well, Geyer's sleeping outside and is gonna be awake most of the night.
The dog's gonna be kicking him all night.
Probably the stench of the troll will be on the winds, even if you got a little farther away from the lair. Probably just carry it to the Geyer's
The wind shifts a little
sensitive.
bit and it starts carrying it towards everyone. And Geyer in the cart's a little away. Even the dogs leave to go into the tent with everybody else.
Very good. So
That was
you
a
guys.
very, very entertaining random encounter, Michael.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's one from the book. So I was just like, I have a couple of them ready to go just in case you guys look at the map. The map has several like little cool things on it that have nothing written about them, so it's like perfect to
very
put one of
curious.
those. Yeah.
About all of it.
Got it. So they're all traps. Got it.
Well, as you guys set up your camp, you get your campfire ready, you cook some venison there, you guys enjoy a delicious meal, freshly cooked and killed deer there. That is going to be where we're going to stop for tonight, as we end our episode of Dragonbane, Secret of the Dragon Emperor.